When I suggested the idea, my ex-wife dismissed it, stating that a 7-year-old didn't need a psychiatrist. Her response was that those with financial means shouldn't waste it on imaginary problems. I was unaware that my ex-wife's new partner and his children had moved in, taking over our son's room and making him uncomfortable. They would play a disturbing game where one boy would cover his head with a pillow and fart, and when he tried to escape, the others would sit on the pillow and laugh. I also learned that the stepfather had taken my son's phone for being yell at me in front of a customer. Fine, everyone gets 18 ounces of free coffee. This was a while ago and I have since quit this job. I used to work at a diner on the weekends. To-go coffees are served in styrofoam cups and only come in one size, 12 ounces. A trucker came in for brie. Lose your temper in front of a customer? No problem, you'll get 18 ounces of free coffee. This incident took place a while back, and I have since moved on from that job. I used to work at a diner on the weekends. Takeout coffees come in 12 ounces styrofoam cups. One morning, a truck driver stopped by for breakfast and ordered a big coffee to go. Unfortunately, we only have one size, so I sold him a standard 12 ounces coffee and handed him his cup. Typically, we leave some space for people to add their favorite creamers, but I filled his up to the top. At that point, my manager pulled me aside in front of him to reprimand me for not giving him a big coffee, as requested. As he nodded and smiled in agreement, I asked my manager what I should do since we only have one size of coffee cups. She suggested I should have used a 30 ounces styrofoam soda cup instead, which I had never seen used for coffee before. There wasn't an option to charge for that size in our register, but she claimed it was a rule I should have been aware of to appease the customer. She essentially threw TIFU by trying to show my turtle the view from my balcony. So I was home alone one day with me and my wife's pet turtle, and I was probably drunk or super bored and lonely because I was looking at the turtle in its tank and thought it would be a good idea to bring it to the balcony. I TIFU by giving my turtle a bird's eye view of my balcony. One day, I was home alone with our pet turtle, and I was probably feeling the effects of a drink or two, or perhaps I was just feeling isolated. As I was staring at my turtle in its tank, I thought it would be a fun idea to bring it up to the balcony to let it take in the scenery. We live on the 5th floor of a high-rise apartment building, and I was holding my little friend securely in my hand as I leaned on the railing. However, just as I was starting to relax, my turtle suddenly began to flail about and I lost my grip on it, watching in horror as it plummeted 5 floors to land squarely on my first-floor neighbor's head. Miraculously, the turtle emerged unscathed, but my neighbor was left with a serious concussion. As a result, I ended up covering the costs of their medical expenses. And AMP X200B TLDR took my turtle to show it the view from my 5th floor balcony, but it ended up falling on my neighbor's head instead. Edit. To answer some people's concerns, yes, my neighbor is recovering well from there. My husband died and I'm so angry right now people keep asking me if I'm sad. No, I'm fucking angry. He was 25 and he died in a low-risk surgery that he underwent for me. He died for no fucking reason, there is no greater plan, and no God isn't watching over me. My world shattered when my husband passed away, and I'm consumed by an overwhelming sense of fury. People keep asking me if I'm grieving. No, I'm seething with rage. He was just 25, and his life was cut short during a low-risk surgery he had undergone for me. There's no logical explanation, no comforting words of a divine plan, and no benevolent watchmaker guiding me through this pain. He's gone, and I'm left with the bitter taste of injustice. We were building a life together, a home, raising dogs, and trying to start a family. It was a future we'd worked tirelessly to create, and now it's nothing but a distant memory. I'm tormented by the thought that it's all my fault, and that guilt is suffocating me. This can't be real, I keep thinking. Why was he taken from me? He was a good person, and he died trying to do something selfless. The injustice of it all is crushing me. I'm still reeling from the cruel comments I've received, particularly from people who know us, but don't truly understand what we had. They say things like, "At least you have his money now," or, "You're lucky to TIFU by eating the green paste. This happened yesterday. I got sushi with this girl after finally getting the courage to ask her out." To those out there going through the struggle of feeling like you can't talk to someone you like, just do it. It's nowhere near as big a deal. The great wasabi mishap. This happened yesterday, and I'm still trying to recover from it. After finally gathering the courage to ask a girl out, we went for sushi together. To those struggling to muster up the courage to talk to someone they like, just do it. It's not as daunting as you think. Don't be too proud to ask for advice from friends either. Everything was going smoothly as we chatted about school until I found myself focused on what she was saying. In my distraction, I picked up a tasty-looking green paste with my chopsticks without giving it a second thought. As I took a bite and started chewing, she paused and asked, "Did you just eat the whole container of wasabi?" I stopped mid-chew as the burning sensation hit me, and I realized my mistake. I figured it would look weird if I spat it out into a napkin right there, so I continued to chew slowly in an attempt to ride out the discomfort. Unfortunately, that didn't help, so I tried eating some salmon along with the wasabi in hopes that the sweetness would counteract the heat. That didn't work either, and she could see me struggling to keep a straight face. She suggested, "Drink your tea." ITIF update. Called the girl who ghosted me, final post, so my original post blew up because, well, I am an idiot. Called the girl who ghosted me, TLDR. Met girl at coffee shop. Couple dates, got ghosted for about 3 weeks. She shows up pregnant, a couple months go by and the unexpected turn of events. A story of unforeseen parenting. My previous post blew up, and it's only natural, considering I've made my fair share of mistakes. TLDR. I met a girl at a coffee shop. We went on a few dates. She ghosted me for about 3 weeks, only to reveal she's pregnant. A couple of months passed, and we had an ultrasound. The outcome was nothing short of astonishing: twins. The pregnant one is also planning to move in with me. This is my final update, and I'm grateful for the kind words and support I've received. Over the past few months, we've been living together, and it's been a wild ride. One of the quirks I've grown accustomed to is Leah's peculiar eating habits. She's always looking for something to snack on, and I've started to suspect she might be the pickle thief in our house. Although she swears she didn't eat them all, it's hard to resist the evidence. Late night chili cheese dog runs? Absolutely, count me in. I've also found myself hugging her when I see her laughing at the cutest things, like our cat licking its paw. Talking to the belly, asking if the AITA for refusing to reschedule my birthday party, forcing my stepbrother out of family celebrations, because my stepmom thought I wouldn't have a party since this isn't a leap year? I was born on the 29th of February 2000, so I'm turning 21 in a few days. My dad got Mari. Am I the asshole for declining my family's request to reschedule my birthday party, potentially forcing my stepbrother to miss a family celebration, due to my stepmom's assumption that I wouldn't have a party this year because it's not a leap year? As I'm turning 21 in a few days, born on February 29, 2000, my family is planning a small celebration. My dad recently got married, and his wife has a 16-year-old son from a previous relationship. My dad is currently abroad for work and has arranged a trip with his new family, scheduled to leave tomorrow and return on March 2nd. I'm aware that my family will host a small party,